Hello everyone, LunarDave here, and today we're gonna talk about the Fighter's Pass, at least Volume 1. And today we got a returning guest here, ObeseRob. Hey, ObeseRob.
Hello. Oh.
Alright then. Can you tell us what you do on your channel, again?
Yeah, like I said in the last discussion video, which you guys should check out, because, really I sounded like I was crying in that video, as a commenter pointed out. But, for my channel, I mostly do discussion videos, particularly about Smash Bros. I go over mostly leaks, what I think about them, what's currently going on in speculation. I upload rather infrequently, but I'm planning on working on that soon.
Alright, I don't need to explain myself. Alright, so anyways, I think we should get to where it all started. Joker. Alright, so how did you think about the reveal? Because I actually missed the initial reveal from the Game Awards.
Yeah, I mean, the reveal for Joker, I follow speculation pretty closely, so we knew that a character was probably going to get revealed at the Game Awards. So I remember waiting there thinking, is there going to be one or is there not? And then once the lights went out, I was like, oh, this is a cool trailer. Wait, what's that letter? Because I remembered from back in Smash 4, they had the letter theme going on for Villager's trailer.
Yeah.
And I remember, whoa, I have no clue who this character is. Well, that's not entirely true. I had heard about Joker through Relax and that sort of stuff, but I'd never played a Persona game until after that, and I'd only really played Tokyo Mirage Sessions since then. So.
Yeah. What I thought of the reveal, because I watched a YouTube video of it, I kinda knew what Persona was, mostly because of Shin Megami Tensei. Mm-hmm. I never played either of those games, but my basic relationship with Atlas games is they're too story heavy at the beginning, so I never really managed to even get to the tutorial of the gameplay.
Yeah. It kind of bogged down the beginning at first.
Yeah, that's usually my biggest gripe with these type of games, but I kind of knew what the Persona characters looked like, I just didn't know the names. So that was Joker. I saw him, I thought it was pretty cool. I knew Persona 5 especially was really flashy with its art style. So I really enjoyed the reveal trailer overall in terms of like how it looked.
Yeah, the anime art style really cemented how I won't say how it represented the past, like Reggie said, but it really cemented how this past is going to be filled with some really interesting and different characters. Although most of them do kind of have that anime art style minus Banjo Kazooie, which we'll get to later.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just realized majority of these characters are RPGs.
Yep.
Yeah. So
3 out of 5, just like how Smash 4 had, I think 4 out of 7 were RPG characters.
Yeah. Well, JRPGs are popular in Japan.
Yeah.
And even here. So anyways, now we'll get into gameplay stuff. So what did you think of Joker initially?
Yeah, at first Joker, he definitely seemed high tier at the time, maybe even top tier, and clearly with MK Leo's win at EVO last year, it kind of shows how good this character really is. But at the time, I just thought, well, I'm not gonna change my current main, which at the time was Little Mac, for Joker. Just he was fun to mess around with at the time.
Yeah. As for me, how I thought of him at the time, I didn't think too highly of him. I actually thought he was bottom of high tier or mid high tier. Mostly just base Joker. I felt like if Arsene was a separate character entirely, yeah, top tier. So I was thinking maybe if a really good player picked him up, it'll be a Cloud situation where it'll be a pretty big character to have just because of a comeback mechanic. And I didn't know how gun worked exactly, so I didn't think too much of it. So basically, the playstyle I've seen the most at the time was just spam side B and nair and fair and bear.
Yeah, I mean, those are pretty solid.
Yeah, those are all solid moves, but those were the most used at the time.
Yeah.
So-
Minus like gun locks and stuff, which I don't see a lot of nowadays, but those are interesting.
Yeah. So now we should talk about how we think of him today.
Ooh, I'm not a fan of how Joker plays, especially considering the other fighters that have come after him. And also, he kind of has a lot of moves stolen from other fighters, as a lot of people noted soon after he released. I just didn't really notice it at the time. So
Yeah, at the time I kind of saw a lot of similarities at the beginning. Especially, it felt like a mix between Roy and Sheik in a way.
mhm.
You know, Roy getting close up and Sheik just,
Doing her own thing.
yeah, just being really quick. And overall, Roy, like Joker's F tilt reminded me of Project M's Roy, where he would like have a stabbing motion. As for what I think of Joker today, definitely top tier. There's no disagreement with that, I think. Mostly because of MK Leo, just showing the potential of him. As for his playstyle, oh no, I don't... It's like, top player Joker is always like fun to watch, but mid-level Jokers, especially online and anywhere else, are really annoying. I don't find them particularly fun to play because whenever you try to juggle them, they usually try to go with gun down or just hold counter until they land.
Yeah.
It's
I think those got... Well, Arsene got nerfed and Gun Down got nerfed, but
yeah,
you get the point.
yeah. But regardless, it's still a somewhat strong option. And I'm glad they nerfed Gun Down specifically because, oh my gosh. Yeah. I feel like there are some other areas where they can make him even more nerfed, like make his counter like not that long.
Yeah.
Because
it kind of outstays its welcome, pretty much.
yeah, I feel like if we just cut down it by like make it just 2/3 of its original time, that'd be a lot better. Because there's too many situations where you're unable to do anything besides like maybe a command grab, or when they land you grab them. Because, I mean, what other option you have? Because you're just gonna get countered or free Arsene for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Or you can like read the counter, but that's too high level for us
yeah,
mid players.
yeah, mid-level players. I will say that top-level Jokers are a treat to watch. Unless, you know, they're just dominating too much.
Yeah, we don't want another like Smash 4 Bayo or Brawl Meta Knight situation.
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't think it's gotten nearly that bad. Not even close. But I feel...
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see though.
Yeah. Alright, so now we should get into the stage itself, Mementos. So what do you think about it from, you know, as a stage?
Yeah, personally, I think it's honestly the best stage of the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I like the aesthetic of like Terry's stage a lot, but for Mementos, I think it's the most interesting one because it's got a bunch of different platform layouts with the hazards on. It's got the walls and ceilings that come in the train. Ooh, I hit my mic. The way it changes colors based off of the song from which game plays, and also the TV and the whatever like it's based off of, has a lot of personality that other stages don't really have. Just based off the music alone, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. From my opinion of Mementos, I thought it was a really cool stage. Mostly because of its aesthetic, and I was thinking maybe some people would want like just the layout itself as a legal stage hazardless.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense because I mean, there's not really anything that, you know, makes it illegal. But the main issue is that it was too big. So
Yeah,
we already
it was
have
a little smaller.
Yeah, there's too many big stages in Ultimate, which is kind of sad. But overall, I really like the stage from an aesthetic point of view. It's very unique compared to the other stages. It just stands out. So as for the we should get into music selection itself. What do you think about it?
I think that I paid $25 for Terry Bogard and Persona music.
I think that sums it up pretty well. For me, I feel like Persona music is always good, as most JRPG music is, because otherwise it'd be kind of bad.
Yeah, you need that music while you're grinding.
Exactly. Obviously, I really enjoy most of the Persona 5 music, especially. Like, Rivers in the Desert. And I really enjoyed the remix of Beneath the Mask. I never knew how different it was compared to the original.
Yeah, it's almost nothing alike.
Yeah, the only thing that are similar is just the melody itself. And the lyrics.
Personally, my favorite 2 tracks are Rivers in the Desert and Mass Destruction out of the ones that we got. There's a couple of other good Persona tracks that didn't make it, but understandable because they're trying to go for the 3 major Persona games.
Yeah. Alright, I think we're mostly done with Joker's DLC stuff. So, let's get into the second DLC fighter, Hero. Oh my gosh. Oh boy.
Hero, what? Like, what even can you say about, other than Byleth, Hero's probably the most controversial character in the past.
Yeah, well, honestly, not even close to Byleth at this point, but he was pretty controversial for some reason. I never understood that. So, let's talk about it. How did you feel about the reveal?
I thought that it was impossible. Before Hero was announced, a lot of people said that Erdrick was happening, but I had also heard that the Dragon Quest, every character is owned by 3 different companies: Square Enix, Armor Project, and Bird Studios. And those last 2 I've heard nothing but nightmare stories about. And also the music producer is supposedly a horrible person. So I thought Sakurai getting this character would be impossible. And yet he somehow got 4.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I'm losing my train of thought. Oh yeah, Sakurai even himself said that he didn't think Dragon Quest was possible until he went to get Hero.
I see.
It seemed like such an insurmountable task that it still boggles my mind that it happened today, and yet people still think characters like Crash Bandicoot or Sora are going to be hard because they're companies. They literally broke a few Dragon Quest laws in order to get Hero into Smash.
Yeah, it just shows how much presence Smash has over the gaming community overall. I mean, it's big. Like, if your character is in Smash, that obviously means it's a very big title. Or at least that's how most people see it. As for what I thought of the reveal, I can't exactly remember, but I do remember I reacted to it at some point.
It's probably on your channel or something.
Yeah, it's obviously on my channel. I think my initial thoughts were, oh, that's pretty cool, a Dragon Quest character, because I tend to stay away from leaks and speculation. Because when I look at other reactions, it seems like a lot of people were aware of it, or they kind of knew that something Dragon Quest could happen as a possibility. So I was actually the odd one out, with me actually reacting to it completely blind. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, it's like that Dragon Quest character. The one that kind of looks like Android 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we were to get a Dragon Quest character, I wanted it to be Android 17 lookalike, but 4 characters is fine with me.
Yeah, the 4 characters I didn't expect. And the Akira Toriyama art style just really shows. Yeah, they look very similar to a lot of the early art style of Dragon Ball. But yeah, I did think, since it was a sword character, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll take it. I thought it was really cool because it was like a mix of Robin and Link. Basically like Link's ground game and air game with a little bit of Robin's mobility Okay, that's
Lack
not really
thereof.
good. Lack thereof. And just spells, just more spammable. But then I realized it was the MP meter. But yeah, very similar to Robin and Link. So it was like a mix between that. So I thought it would be interesting to at least try him out. So yeah, I guess we should talk about how we thought of Hero when he first released.
At the time, I thought, this character isn't really for me. He was a little too slow. The aerials didn't feel that great for me. Like up air, down air, like felt awful. Back air, 17 frames. That's a long time.
That's a meme.
Yeah, that is literally a meme. And the MP system, I really couldn't get behind at the time. It just sounded so foreign to me.
Uh-huh. Alright, as for me, I did not like Hero, like, its general playstyle. So whenever I play Hero, I play him in a very Ike fashion. Yeah, so Nair, because that's probably his best aerial.
It's true.
Yeah, and his forward aerial is really good. In general, you can play him like Ike and somehow get away with it because he has a way better recovery.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did find it really shocking on how early he could kill. Honestly, I feel like people wouldn't complain about Hero as much if they didn't have critical hits.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to get a critical hit, though.
Yeah, but regardless, it happened a lot on tournaments early on, which was kind of sad. Spells, I thought all of them except I liked most of them. Side B was a little weird, but I liked the concept of just having a really strong move. In general, Hero's just really strong, but overall not very quick with it.
Okay.
And in general, he's one of those characters that if you pressure a lot, he can't really do much.
Yeah, it fell apart when you sort of rush him down.
Yeah. As for what I thought of his RNG, I thought it was a little BS. I mean, I never really got affected by it because I've never really gotten any of the RNG stuff onto me. I somehow always got lucky with the RNG, or I was always expecting the worst, basically. Which definitely helped me a lot with fighting Hero at the time. I will say that Hero players that main him are very annoying people from every single Hero main. I'm pretty sure that's not the majority. They have not been very nice to me as people.
Yeah, that's kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Well, how about now? Like, that was sort of your earlier thoughts. What do you think about Hero now?
Actually, nothing has necessarily changed. I feel like he's one of those characters where nothing has really changed from his early playstyle. He's a very basic character when you really get down to it, if you exclude all the spells and RNG.
Very true.
Yeah, and overall, his RNG, no matter how you look at it, is still RNG, so it's very luck-based. Like, if you lose, you could just blame it on luck.
Yeah.
Unless...
Well, looks like I didn't draw Exodia, so...
Yeah, in other words, it's like, if you fight a very physical hero, like, he just uses basic spells and doesn't really use down B a lot, those are the heroes I can really get behind, also because that's how I play Hero. Yeah. But yeah, overall, I feel like he's kind of a mid-tier at this point, mostly because he's too reliant on luck. A lot of his tools are pretty easy to avoid overall. And yeah, that's what I think. I feel like he's just gonna stay that way for a while because I don't see a lot of people picking him up even now.
Yeah. Personally, I think, like, back when it first came out, I already explained I didn't get the character at first, but nowadays I think he's the perfect casual character for me. Because I find that I usually do really well in luck-based stuff. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! I have a lot of fun. Like, I made a Exodia reference earlier. But I think that the randomness of Hero really goes for my casual style.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm just goofing off with my friends, I'll often, hey, why don't we just do a command selection only battle? And usually I win those because my luck, like I said, it's usually pretty good. But he's just, I find him fun. He's probably my second most played DLC character at this point.
Oh yeah. This competitive wise, okay. So I went to a local a few weeks ago, and on Grand Finals reset. Oh my gosh, you won't believe this. They basically put on the stage from Mother or Earthbound. You know
Magicant?
No, not Magicant. It's like the city one from Melee.
Oh, is it Foresight or
It's not Foresight.
Onet?
It's not Onet. It's not Onet. I can tell you that much. It's like a dark. Okay. It's like a city in the night with the UFO.
Yeah, that's Foresight.
Yeah, that's Foresight. They put on Foresight. Probably with hazards on, I think. And they played Ditto Hero on freaking Grand Finals reset.
Dude, I need to find those guys and high five them.
Yeah, I wonder if I can still find the VOD because it's just legendary.
If you can, please send that to me. Or maybe even leak it. Well, we don't know. Yeah,
because it was so hilarious that like some guy just went. I was like, nope, I'm not dealing with this. Yeah. Honestly, if that was like Evo, I would not like it, but it's just a local.
This isn't Smash 4 Bayo Finals Evo 20. Was it 2017 that happened?
Yeah, nobody was taking it seriously. We were just doing it for laughs.
For the laughs.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how we think of him gameplay wise. So again, we'll get into the stages. Or the stage itself. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's like Yggdrasil's Altar. It's
Yggdrasil's Altar, I believe.
I'm not.
I used to be really into like mythology, so Yggdrasil was the Norse tree of life sort of thing. The stage is really, really dull to me. Like it's got pretty visuals with the tree, but other than that, it's not interesting at all.
Yeah, as for how I think about it, obviously, I think the stage itself is very dull. As from visually, this is just my issue with Ultimate in general. I feel like if this was put in Smash 4, it would look a lot better. Because my general opinion of Ultimate's art style is it's almost like a downgraded version of Smash 4 in terms of lighting and colors. But an upgrade,
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, but it's an upgrade in terms of texture quality. But this is one of those stages that would really benefit from more contrast and saturation, because it just doesn't. It looks really grayed out, and it just doesn't look right. But then again, I've seen Dragon Quest XI, and it seems to have generally the same look, so I don't know. It's probably just my issue with the Dragon Quest XI's style in general.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. As for the music, what do you think about it?
It's not really much to write home about. It's the typical JRPG stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just grateful that it shows that Square Enix was not the problem. Because
Oh yeah.
we got 8 music tracks. That's about the typical amount for how many songs a DLC character gets.
Cloud.
Yeah, Cloud just... Poor Cloud. He got kind of screwed over by Warner Bros.
Do you think there would be any better tracks to put in from Final Fantasy VII?
Oh, there's so many good tracks from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, especially if it fits with Smash. I could totally see that. I mean, I've never listened to the soundtrack of Final Fantasy VII much, so I wouldn't be much of a
I just got Final Fantasy VII for PS1 recently, and the soundtrack's really good for that game. If there was any one single track I'd want to get into Smash, it'd be One Winged Angel.
Yeah.
That one's kind of showing up in my Kingdom Hearts bias because I love those games so much, and I don't care what people say, Sephiroth is much harder than Lingering Will. I haven't tried the new bosses from DLC yet, but Sephiroth, that's the peak of difficulty in my game, in my idea, my head, I should say.
All right. As for what I feel about the stage music, it's like I said, the typical RPG stuff. I think my favorites out of these, it's just two of them. It's like the hero goes forth with a determination, adventure, and battle for glory.
You just named half the tracks.
Yes, yeah, or three of them.
True.
Yeah, I like Dragon Quest IV's Battle for Glory the most, mostly because Dragon Quest IV is like the only Dragon Quest I've even dabbled more than like 1 hour on. And I recognize.
I've only really played Builders 1, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the music from Dragon Quest IV, at least the battle music. So I was like, you know what, I can go with this. Yeah, that's what I think. So I guess we'll go to the next one, and I'm pretty sure Lunatic's gonna go crazy about this one.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see in the comments.
Yeah. Well, Banjo and Kazooie. Oh boy.
That character that you absolutely destroyed in your collab with Lunatic.
Yes. So, how did you feel about him in the reveal?
I liked that the reveal was like that callback to King K. Rool's trailer, because they were designed by the same people. They were both Rare-made characters, and they both have such huge ties to Donkey Kong, so it makes sense that their trailers would be connected. But I also, it was painfully obvious that Banjo was gonna get in this time around.
Yeah, yeah, how I thought about it, I think I was pretty excited, mostly because I was just happy for a lot of people. Because I heard a lot of people just send praise to Banjo Kazooie, and I thought, and when I saw that Jiggy, I was like, yeah, Banjo's getting in.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure because like I felt like it was gonna be Banjo at the beginning when they were showing the villains again. Either that or they were actually just gonna show a new villain character. Although I wouldn't even know, like Black Shadow from F-Zero. Just imagine if we got another F-Zero character. I want it to be
Blood Falcon.
Blood Falcon, Samurai Goro, but he's an assist trophy. I would think.
Dang.
I feel like Samurai Goro would make a really good F-Zero character.
Yeah, I mean he already has a somewhat unique moveset already being an assist, so.
Yeah, and also the fact that he's really badass in the anime for some reason. Yeah, like he has like an entire spaceship that's like really big. Oh man, he acts way cooler than he does in the games, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I want that. So anyhow, back on topic.
Man, we really need to keep on topic.
Yeah.
This video's gonna last for an hour at this rate.
That's the goal here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, as for Banjo himself, like I said, I was really happy. I liked how they had a big callback to Rare. Like they had all the Rare characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool reference, especially for Rare fans. I'm not a fan of Rare themselves, mostly because I don't play a lot of them games, and the ones I do, I find kind of reliant on jokes or their humor.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it was a very good reveal for the fans. Alright, so gameplay-wise, for me, nothing has changed, but how do you feel about him?
Yeah, like you, nothing's changed since he first came out. I thought, oh, this is an interesting, non-gimmicky character. The Wonder Wings, yeah, that's kind of a gimmick with the decreasing uses, but he's just a character that should have been in Melee, so they gave him a Melee moveset, basically.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So, I'm just gonna talk about him, how I feel about him then and now, because nothing has changed whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh. So, Banjo Kazooie is like the combination of the stuff that I hate fighting in Smash, basically. He has that playstyle where he can play really campy, almost to like Snake levels of annoyance. So that's one part. I don't like fighting, projectile characters with grenades or just projectiles in general. I don't like how he has the Wonder Wing. It's basically a free recovery for him. He can get out of basically any situation if you don't read him, especially when you're trying to punish his landings. And the fact that it's stupidly overpowered and it has stupid high priority, even against like final smashes. Because
that's true. I've seen those videos.
Yeah, I feel like I would prefer a more spammable, stronger version of Wonder Wing if it meant you had way less priority. That's how I feel. I don't like, once again, how he can act out of his up B. I don't like characters who can do that in general, so Mega Man and Sonic. And Game & Watch especially. And also the fact that, once again, he has that egg that basically works kind of like an anti-air, or just prevents you from jumping, or it forces you to jump. He's just one of those characters where you're forced to play in a very uncomfortable playstyle, or it's basically Banjo's controlling the situation. Especially if you play like a slow character like Corrin, like me. It's very not fun. It's not a very fun matchup at all, and he's like I said, a combination of everything I hate fighting in Smash. Which is probably why Lunatic likes picking that character against me, but his Lunatic's easy enough. not to roast you.
You have proof of that, so
yeah, not to roast you, Lunatic, but that's just the truth. But that's just how I feel. Now let's get onto the stage. How do you feel about it?
I mean, the stage looks nice enough. I like that they went through the extra detail of adding like 2D running around the stage, even though through most matches you won't even see it.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good for an Ultimate stage. It's just kind of I like the spinning mechanic, but when it's not spinning, like if it's hazards off or anything, it's just a pretty simplistic stage, honestly.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. A lot of the references put on the stage are barely noticeable. Like, you know, the whole couple minutes Sakura was just talking about, like, oh my gosh, look at these references. And I'm like, okay, but, like, how many times out of 10 are we going to see it? Like, I'm pretty sure Green Hill Zone has more noticeable references.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Look at all these poor souls, says Sakurai.
Yeah, it's like, look at all these characters that won't be getting into Smash Ultimate.
Yeah.
I will say though, I do like the spinning mechanic, as you said. Actually, the bridge part of the stage, I don't remember if you can get onto it. Can you get onto it?
Yeah, you can go on the bridge.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me visually, like the Wii Resort, the Mii Resort thing.
Yeah, Wii Sports Resort. I think it's just the name of the stage as well as the game.
Yeah, the bridge part. That's what it reminded me of. I don't like that stage, but you know.
Yeah, it's
similar, I think. I don't actually remember the stage all too much from both of them. Visually, it looks kind of empty, even though there's a lot of stuff in it. I think that's just Banjo Kazooie in a nutshell, or nutshell. Wait, nuts and bolts.
Nuts and bolts. No.
Yeah, that's just how I feel about a lot of platformers. I find them to be kind of empty, or either that, or you're just relying on, like, ooh, look at these things you have to collect for most of the game.
Yeah, that's what most N64 games were like back in the day, so
yeah.
I don't disagree with you. It definitely feels pretty empty.
Yeah, it's not my type of game, but I totally get why people enjoy these type of games. Yeah, it's just not for me. So, stop asking me to play Banjo Kazooie, all those people that keep asking me.
Wait, you get a request for Banjo Kazooie? You should play Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah, I've been asked by a lot of, specifically Banjo mains. But yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah, well, then again, you know, I totally respect it, but I feel like it's just one of those games that, like, is in the past. You know, it hasn't aged well, in my opinion. But that's just how I feel a lot of N64 games, except 64, because that's just really fun to play.
Yeah, Smash 64 is just its own thing.
Yeah, it's completely, it's a way different beast.
Yeah, 0 to death everyone.
Yep. So for the music, I don't particularly like Banjo Kazooie music, mostly because I never liked the instruments in general. But how do you feel about it?
I liked the main theme of Banjo Kazooie, and I think it's really cool that they got Grant Kirkhope back for the. Oh shoot! I'm forgetting what the name of the remix was. He did one of the remixes. It's the very first one in the trailer.
Spiral Mountain?
Yeah, Spiral Mountain, which is the stage. So I'm an idiot. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those two, and I think the Cove Cape or whatever the beach stage theme was called. That's also a pretty good song, but other than that, they're kind of for me. I didn't grow up with Banjo, so I don't have the nostalgia of listening to these tracks.
Yeah, I never found this soundtrack from Banjo Kazooie particularly interesting to listen to or fun. I just feel like it's just nostalgia for most part. Yeah, I just don't find it particularly catchy, but like I said, I don't like Banjo or both Smash, the games, and the instrument.
Yeah.
I don't like the concept of Banjo. Do you hear me?
It's just you slap a drum with a guitar neck. That's it.
Yeah. But I totally understand why people like it. Again, nostalgia, and it's a classic game. It's a classic in its own way.
It defined a genre as well as a generation, so it truly deserves to be in Smash.
So, anyhow, let's just get into the fourth one, or third one? Fourth one? Yeah, it's fourth one.
Fourth one.
Yeah. This one, I'm pretty sure you're gonna go crazy about. It's Terry. Yeah, let's talk about Reveal.
So you know that when you saw that the Mystery Dungeon remake was announced, you know how you like threw yourself out of the chair?
Oh yeah.
Basically take that like video of you doing that and paste my face over yours. That's my reaction for Terry.
Oh man, really?
Yeah, I already knew that Terry was basically confirmed with the SNK leak after I made that video. But even then, I just didn't think Terry was possible, because at the time, I had no clue that Sakurai took influence from Fatal Fury for Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know, because he made an article about how he basically beat a couple really badly in King of Fighters, and that's why he made Smash Bros.
Yeah.
I had no clue he had ever said that, because that was before I followed speculation. And so, knowing that now, it seems like a no-brainer that Terry would have added. But I grew up with Fatal Fury. This was like my childhood fighting game. And to see Terry in Smash Bros. Is just so cool, man.
Yeah. I have zero relationship with Fatal Fury, so I don't have much to say on the reveal. What I did find really cool was how they had all the Neo Geo characters.
Yeah, the trailer was amazing.
Yeah, the trailer.
The references.
Yeah, it's just love to the whole series in general. And I'm pretty sure a lot of references put in there made a lot of fans happy.
It definitely did.
Yeah.
Firsthand, it did.
Yep. I did hear about Terry. I wasn't sure whether it would actually be Terry, or actually I didn't know it would be Terry. I just knew that some sort of SNK character would get in. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't really have much to say because, like I said, I have zero knowledge on SNK.
Honestly, I'd suggest you try the 2014 King of Fighters game. It uses a pixelated art style, but in an HD format, sort of like Guilty Gear does, and it's gorgeous looking, and it has really good mechanics in it too.
I see. Well, anyways, let's just talk about gameplay-wise.
I'm sorry you cut out a little bit right there.
Okay. So, what did you think about Terry gameplay from then and now?
Alright, from the very earliest parts, I thought this character is going to have so much going forward. He has so many interesting mechanics, similar to Shoto's, that just give him an edge over other characters because there's more tech to discover for him.
Uh-huh.
And that's been true. There's there's car canceling for every character, but the Shotos as well as Terry have it to a more absurd degree. Especially after the new patch with the down smash canceling for Ryu and Ken. But even now, Terry is still discovering more and more tech that you can be used with it.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is how you feel about him now.
Oh yeah, my thoughts on him back then and now haven't really changed. It's only been a couple of months since his release.
Yeah.
So, for those who can't tell, main Terry at this point.
Yeah.
As soon as he came out, I instantly decided, I'm gonna main this character, and I do not regret that decision at all.
Yeah. As for how I feel about Terry, generally I don't like characters that go beyond just fundies. I think you figured that out.
Yeah.
After Banjo. Basically, I don't like characters that have this one or just several things that just, more than you'd expect. So, for example, I don't like combos that last more than 3 hits. Obviously. And the fact that Terry has a truckload of them doesn't make it that fun. I will say, I feel like a lot of people underestimate how good of a matchup it is for Corrin, though. Or how even it is, more so. Mostly because Corrin has dumb range.
Yeah, Terry kind of suffers from matchups with sword fighters, so...
Yeah, I do feel like Corrin in general is just underrated. Nobody... So, at first, I thought... I thought Terry wasn't going to be anything particularly special. I thought he would be in a similar situation with Ken and Ryu, where it would just be very combo heavy, or reliant on 2-hit combos where they just kill really early. And for the most part, that's true. The only difference is just jab, jab, power dunk.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Thank you, Sakurai, for bread and butter combos.
Yeah, my character doesn't have any, so it enrages me whenever a character gets one. But yeah, I do feel like Ghost Sauce is a little too strong.
What? You don't like getting caught in a 2-hit combo that makes you a 50%? That's totally fair. I mean, why would he nerf that ever?
Yeah, honestly, like I said, I would actually prefer somewhat... Power Geyser, in my opinion, would be a lot better if it was maybe a little bit weaker, but at the same time, they had less range, but have it more spammable. Kind of like Palutena's up smash, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah, I guess it. I think that it's fine as it is right now. Having it have the ages of end lag, perfectly fine and balanced, considering it basically covers the entire stage in terms of hitboxes. So
I feel like I said, Power Geyser would be a little bit more balanced if it was more spammable, but just a bit weaker by a lot, kind of like Palutena's up smash again. I mean, that's pretty spammable on its own with decent amount of end lag.
Yeah,
and it's a lot more. In general, how I would balance a lot of Smash characters is just not to have a move that just completely destroys characters, or just absolutely kills it very early. That's how I feel about characters.
If Pichu gets hit, he's dead. It doesn't matter the percent.
Yeah, but that's just how I feel. I don't main the character, so it's probably a lot harder than it is from an opponent's point of view. I will say that it combos too easily, though. Buster Wolf, that's completely fine in my opinion, because except for the fact that you can combo into it, I don't like that part. But I feel like as a move that you throw out, it's fine since you can shield it. It's not a command grab. If it was a command grab, oh man, I'd be so much more angry at Terry. Just like
I would say it should be a command grab, but it's not a command grab in the original game, so I'm fine as it is.
Yeah, it's like how I feel about Incineroar. I do not like Incineroar. I like him as a Pokemon, but I hate him as a Smash character. both
His
playing.
side B is a little irritating, to say the least.
Yeah, that's just command grabs in general. It's just really easy to get caught in them. But yeah.
So, we should probably start talking about the stage, because I can
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
that's
gameplay
right.
forever.
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh, the stage! Like I said earlier, I think Mementos is the better stage overall. But I like that you can actually play a game of like Fatal Fury in Smash Bros. Like,
Yeah.
it's really cool because Fatal Fury had that thing where if you break the walls, you die. Like,
Yeah.
So it's really a lot like Smash in that way. Like that's another thing that Sakurai probably took from Fatal Fury. And the background characters is awesome. Like seeing Rock in HD format, other than the newest King of Fighters, King of Fighters 14, like he looks so good.
I see. Yeah. How I feel about the stage itself. I think one of my favorite stages is like Pokemon Stadium, Arena Ferrex, stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is basically a sort of mix in between of those two. So I really like basically how it looks. Color-wise, again, same issue as always with this Ultimate's look in general. So that's not really something that Ultimate can fix because that's just its style.
Yeah, it's like MVCI. A lot of people wanted it to change art style completely, but kind of stuck that way.
Yeah. I will say though, I enjoy how it's basically like a love letter to a lot of the SNK stuff, and they added a lot of characters into the stage itself, even though they just had only one playable character. So that's really cool. Alright, I think we should get into the big part, the music. Oh gosh.
Alright, let's see. You want to make this video an hour long, or you want to make it an hour long?
Alright, I think it's best if you just briefly go over them, because I'm not an expert at all in this department.
Yeah, honestly, SNK, I'm not like a huge fan of their music, to be honest. I've always been more focused on their gameplay and the characters, but the music they got 50 music tracks. Like, if you were to just buy Terry and the music, and just count the music by itself, it's like 60 cents, no, it would be like 10 cents almost.
Yeah.
For each track, which is insane.
Man. Dang. iTunes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, iTunes, take notes here.
Exactly. My favorite song's definitely Soy Sauce for Geese. It's just that iconic. They even used it in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's just the perfect... It sums up Fatal Fury, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't particularly like any of the tracks. I mean, they're catchy, but they're not something I would just listen to.
Yeah.
Like
we should probably mention Psycho Soldier, otherwise Lunatic will be all over us.
Yeah. That's pretty catchy. But if I had to pick any song name, it would probably be Let's Go to Seoul. Because it actually because I am Korean and Seoul is like the capital city. So yeah.
Nice.
It actually makes sense. It's like, oh hey,
let's go to that place
that I used to live in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually lived in Incheon, which was basically the other city that isn't Seoul. But
the other one.
Yeah, the other one that not a lot of people talk about. But yeah, I think the best way I could compare it is like comparing New York to Los Angeles. They're both pretty big, but one of them is probably more well known. Actually, I think both are well known, but bad analogy. Whatever. We'll just skim.
It's fine.
Yeah, we'll just skim over that.
Yeah.
But overall, I find it really hilarious how they just approved every single song idea or submission. So it just by accident and pure coincidence, it just turned into 50.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind that if Sakurai just went, hey, can I have every single song you guys have ever released? They'd say yes.
Yeah, considering they let 50, oh man. Well, Ultimate's digital file size is probably stupidly big already, so we don't want we don't want it to make it that big. Let's be honest. Yeah, I think we're finally at the end.
That you liked the most.
Oh man.
I assume.
Alright, so DLC number 5, Byleth. Oh my gosh, okay.
Controversy! Yay!
Yeah, so I think I should go over this. Reveal. I cried.
Yeah, but for all the wrong reasons.
Exactly, that was the main issue. So you were like 2 minutes too late.
That was 2 minutes too late, man. I'm so sorry.
Oh man. Okay, so okay, so here's what happened. Okay, so I was trying to get to the reveal. I had a friend try to send me the reveal because I was avoiding spoilers for the reveal in general for about, I would say, 10 to 11 hours. Oh man, you know how soul crushing it is to just like have that just be ruined by one man sending you the link when you ask them to do it. It's like, hey, I don't want to avoid spoilers by looking at thumbnails and titles, and then he immediately proceeds to give me the link to the thumbnails and title. Oh my gosh!
As soon as you said, "Oh, it's too late, man," I already saw it. Like, no, and my heart dropped. I was like, no, I was so close.
Oh my gosh! And like, I didn't feel that bad about it until after the reveal, because I realized like, wait, this would have been so much cooler. Because in general, if you've known me on Discord, and when it comes to talking about Smash characters, I tend to stay away from leaks and speculation, mostly because if I speculate about it or they leak something about it, it just kind of ruins the whole surprise factor for me. I'm very sensitive with that kind of stuff. A lot of people's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, but that's just me. I like surprises. Like, for example, Smash 4, when they revealed Ryu, I thought that was really cool. And then whenever I see a lot of people react to it, they saw it through leaks. It's like, oh man, it'd be really cool.
Yeah, I saw it through leaks too. And
yeah,
which sucks because prior to Terry, Ryu was my most hype reveal, honestly.
Yeah. And it's that feeling that I always try to avoid at all costs, which is, I mean, I've mostly avoided that with this DLC except Byleth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt really hurt about that, so I cried right after. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Well,
and your artist cheered you up by drawing you. It's currently your PFP, but people can't really see that right now, unless you're recording the screen right now.
Yeah, I'm not. But, that was pretty demoralizing, I would say.
Yeah.
It was...
I should probably talk about how I felt about the reveal. I woke up early just to see the reveal. I was like, alright, well, it's a smaller reveal. They could have done it at the Game Awards, but they decided to do it with a Sakurai presentation, so I thought, it's probably not any character that big.
Uh-huh.
So, when they finally revealed the character, at first, it had, like, the anime art style, and it had the arena, and the arena looked like the Cell Games arena, so I thought,
oh god!
Did they actually do it? Did they add Goku? And then immediately I saw Byleth, I was like, okay, I can calm down now.
Okay,
wait, Dave's gonna want to see this. I should send it to him. And I was 2 minutes too late.
Yeah. 2 minutes too late. It made all the difference.
It made all the difference. I'm so sorry, man.
You thought
so sorry.
You thought the freeze of 5 minutes was too long? Oh man. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, how I felt about the reveal as like actual character based, I'll be honest with you, I felt like Corrin's actually flowed more naturally. Because if you look at Corrin's, it actually makes sense. It's like you have to choose a path between your family, yeah? And there's also like choose neither. And then join Smash! I thought it was cool, although there were some very cringy lines. Like, oh man! Big brother's now big sister! Even better!
Please don't remind us.
Well, big sister is better. But, anyhow, I felt like the trailer itself, it was pretty cool. I felt like Three Houses fans were really... They'd be really excited about it, although that's how I thought they would be. But turns out, opinion has been very... it's like a mix of everything. But overall, I was pretty happy about it. It was like the one character I could give like, I would care about whatsoever. But the fact that I get spoiled by it was like, oh. And then when I look back, every time I look back at it, I just keep reminding myself, like, what if I didn't get spoiled? What if?
There is a timeline out there where I was 2 minutes faster.
Yes, there was a timeline like that. Oh my gosh. Oh.
I was happy about Byleth because everyone I knew wanted Byleth in the game. Like,
yeah.
Most people say they didn't want Byleth, but the people I knew, like, in my real life, wanted Byleth and were obsessed with Three Houses. So I totally was okay with Byleth.
Yeah. As for how I felt, like I said, again, when other people, lunatic, it's like, no more Fire Emblem. I was like, yes, more Fire Emblem, please.
No, we need more Fire Emblem.
Yes, put all over 800 of them in, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna get skewered for saying that, but
yeah, generally, I did kind of felt tired of third parties being in Smash DLC. I don't know. I just never really cared about any third parties because I never got into that kind of stuff since I was little. I've been mostly in my little Nintendo bubble, as you could probably tell.
Yeah.
I haven't really strayed too far from it other than like series like maybe Halo, mostly because Halo's really good. At least 1 through 3. But like I said, I was hoping for not only a DLC character that was first party or second party, but also one that like was female, because we've been consistently getting males. I mean, Kazooie's there, but
and male Byleth.
Yeah, but
default, it's male. Haha.
Yeah, but that's like saying male corn doesn't exist.
That's okay.
Yeah,
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, male Byleth is probably more accepted than male corn. But I was happy that they actually finally added a female character. Like I said, it was super exhausting just having male characters.
Personally, I don't look at the trends. I look at each character individually. Like, I don't care if all of the characters are male or they're all female or they're all third party or first party. Just if the character I feel deserves to be in, then that's cool. And so far, the only character I really feel doesn't deserve to be in is Bayo, but she won the ballot supposedly, so
yeah,
whatever.
For some reason, I didn't even know she was even a consideration. But as I was saying, Byleth, man, yeah, I did enjoy how they finally added one because the lack of waifus was disturbing. Yeah, that's how I felt. Anyways, onto the stage itself. It's basically Castle Siege 2.0.
Yeah, the stage is It's really cool to see all the house leaders and stuff, but other than that, it's
the monastery looks just as bad in the game as it does in Ultimate, so whatever. Yeah. If you see me on Discord, I don't have that high of an opinion of Three Houses. I mean, I totally recommend people to try it out because it's very mainstream, but for me, it's not my type of Fire Emblem.
Yeah, it's a good beginner game, but it's not exactly...
Beginner game? No, I completely disagree with that argument.
You don't think that?
Yeah, I think it's the worst beginner game you could possibly start out with.
Alright.
At least if you want to play the older games. I'm pretty sure newer games, yeah, totally, but... Three Houses?
It's good for beginners for the sense that you can go on beginner mode, not lose any of your characters, and also rewind time.
Yeah,
but in sense of, like, Fire Emblem getting into it... Yeah, like, if you want to go dive deep in, then probably not the best, I guess.
Yeah, the main issue is that it's very reliant on characters, which Fire Emblem is, for a lot of the mainstream audiences, kind of thinks that Fire Emblem's just about like, oh my gosh, losing your units and how you have to get invested in your characters. that are in there by having likable personalities, but even the personalities aren't that much to write off of. You know, there's the guy who likes eating, there's the guy who's like very shy, there's the girl who's very emo, you know, the one who likes to sing but, you know, can't find anyone to love. You know, it's just a bunch of, you know, tropes as normal. And I mean, that's how Fire Emblem always was, but I feel like people exaggerate how good they are, especially. I mean, they're hidden gems, but besides that, I don't feel like Three Houses deserves to be as praised as much as it does. I mean, I loved how they put it, how they won 2 categories in the Game Awards. I felt like they deserved that specific category considering the other games in the lineup. But
I mean,
in my opinion, it was the best game of Nintendo's last year. But it just had a lot of... It was weak in too many areas where I felt like I loved about Fire Emblem, such as like the map design and a bunch of other things.
yeah, let's segue that to the other bit of, because we have to go back on track. Let's segue it to the music selection for.
How do you feel about it?
It's definitely missing God Shattering Star. Like that is a sin against Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Have you
But
listened to it?
other than that, I'm not really a massive Fire Emblem music fan. It's like typical medieval music for the most part.
Yeah. Which is why I like Fates the most, mostly because it doesn't feel... It feels modern yet medieval, but, you know, while still feeling medieval.
Mm-hmm.
Have you listened to Fates' soundtrack?
The only one I really listened to was Lost in Fates Alone, which...
Lost in Thoughts Alone, yeah.
Lost in Thoughts Alone, my bad. There was a while in which that was the only Fire Emblem track I liked, and good thing too, because it came with Corrin when you bought her for Smash 4, so...
Yeah. It's one of the better Fire Emblem lyrical music. In fact, I would actually argue it's the best one, but apparently people don't like Fates to the point where they try to disagree with every even good positive part of it. So, I'm a Fates defender. Don't at me. Fates is the best Fire Emblem game ever. You cannot argue with me on this. So, Three Houses music is a mixed bag, in my opinion. It's one of those situations where it doesn't get good until like mid to late game. Like I said, people just say, "Oh man, the music's so good," and I'm like, I don't know, man. It just kind of feels...
ignore the first half, basically.
Yeah, ignore the first half. There's some real good hitter, like really good music. I think some big ones would probably be like Chasing Daybreak, I believe it's called. Between Heaven and Earth, I believe Paths Will Never Cross. The Apex of the World, but there's some really bad ones like Fodlan Winds. I mean, I don't actually like Fodlan Winds, to be told, which is a very unpopular opinion. I don't necessarily like Blue Skies in a Battle. Edge of Dawn, I can only accept in Japanese form, but English one is also pretty good. But yeah, overall, Three Houses music it's good. There's some real heavy hitters, but besides that, most of the tracks are just kind of really too similar. Like, you know what motifs are, yeah?
Faintly, yeah.
Yeah, so they just have a bunch of motifs of, like, basically Edge of Dawn. To the point where the entire song is based. It's like a different arrangement of Edge of Dawn. I mean, Fates and Fire Emblem Echoes had something similar to that, but it was a lot more subtle. They just added hints of it rather than basing off their whole entire, soundtrack off of it. You know, they don't use it as a base. Basically, they have their own little thing, and then maybe have like a little sprinkle of that motif instead of, like I said, just having a different, variation of the same song over and over with different instruments or slightly different melodies. Which is why the songs that are listed off as really good heavy hitters barely have any of those motifs except Between Heaven and Earth, which just sounds, very good on its own.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I feel about the music selection. But before we get on, I just realized we skipped over a few things, but I think we should.
The only thing I think we really missed was
the
without
gameplay.
the gameplay.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, which I think how we were doing it sort of went well with stage to music, but
yeah,
gameplay. We should probably get over gameplay because it's the newest character. It's our thoughts really didn't have enough time to change, really.
Yeah. So how do you feel about Byleth?
Honestly, Byleth suffers from a lot of stuff that Hero does, except Hero has a lot of like really good like RNG stuff that helps him out a lot. He suffers from rushdown, and so does Byleth. Like Byleth, you rush down Byleth, and there's not really a whole lot that Byleth can do, except for maybe nair them away.
Yeah. I'm gonna, when I look at people's general consensus on Byleth, she's overrated.
Yeah.
I feel like just because she's from a popular game like Three Houses, because Three Houses, although it didn't sell as much as Fates, more people probably bought it because Fates' sales was separated by
3 games,
yeah, or technically 2, because
technically
the third
speaking,
game is DLC.
Three Houses is like really close to beating Fates. I think
it's a few 100,000 away, so it will beat it eventually. But right as of now, I believe
it'll probably
beta,
beat it within the next couple months.
Yeah, although it has surprised me how little it's sold compared to the other games. It's a little disappointing, but it's sold well for a Fire Emblem game. But where was I? Oh yeah, gameplay.
Oh wow, we got off track again.
Yeah, Byleth, like I said, overrated character. I feel like people overestimate how good she is. People say like, "Oh my gosh, look how big her range is," and it's like, okay, what else does she have? It's like, oh, very early kill power.
Her range is big. What else?
Yeah. Oh yeah, she can kill a lot. What else? She has her recovery is kind of, I mean, it's a tether, so it's a little hit or miss whether, depending on character, how easy it is to edgeguard her.
Yeah,
I've never.
It's interceptable.
Yeah, but then again, I feel like the main issue with a lot of people with Byleth right now is like just how slow she is and how unsafe a lot of her moves are. And then I see a lot of people arguing like, oh man, like she can break shields very easily, but like, yeah, but not a fully charged one. And if it can't break a fully charged one, then it's useless to me. Which is why Bowser's freaking down B is so scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, I feel like Byleth shouldn't need to be as slow as she should be, because I felt like if she had the speed of Simon and Richter, I think she'd be a lot better.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
the trailer did show her flying around like a lot faster than say if she were like fully running in the game.
Oh yeah, the flying part isn't even in the game itself, so I was a little confused. Like, wait, why is she flying? Why is she flying?
What's going on?
Yeah, why she can't fly in the games? But yeah, that's just overall, it's this overrated character. They're putting too much emphasis on her range, and I mean, she could kind of play like Palutena, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, both are green-haired. Well, spoilers, but
yeah, a green-haired girl has multi-hit nair with very good up air. But I feel like the fact that she can't catch up with a lot of the faster characters, it's just bad. I mean, that's exactly why a lot of people don't consider Corrin to be, anywhere near high tier, because she has really good moves. Like, her frame data is very solid, and, her hitbox size is very, very good for, what she's trying to accomplish, a combo character, somewhat. The main issue is that her combos don't 100% work. She kind of struggles at killing, like most other sword characters. And also, she's pretty mediocre in speed. So, that's a big issue for Corrin, which is, like I said, why she isn't considered to be good by a lot. It's just because she's not that fast enough to juggle. And if that's the reason why Corrin can't be top tier, I'm pretty sure Byleth won't even be close to that, because Byleth is basically Corrin but worse. That's how I
Yeah.
feel. Because they have a lot of similar traits, like very long range, tipper, and just, just Corrin just covers a lot of Byleth's weaknesses. But yeah, that's how I feel gameplay wise. I don't know, maybe I've heard MK Leo won a local. Byleth has had decent tournament results pretty early on, which I'm 100% sure is either by matchup, lack of matchup. Yeah, matchup inexperience, and the fact that like she's a new character, she's obviously going to be the most played of the week and month, unless you're a Byleth hater, which we won't really talk about here.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I would put her in low mid tier. I wouldn't not put her in bottom, mostly because she has tools. It's just that she just struggles against a lot of top tiers.
Yeah, I think once we figure out a lot of Byleth's metagame, she'll either progress to like mid. I currently think that she's one of the worst in the game. She has those tools, but she's not going to get the opportunity to use them.
Yeah, that's how I feel in general. She's just like if she was really slow, but she had very solid frame data, like kind of like Wolf, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like for example, Wolf doesn't really have that great ground mobility, but really good air mobility and frame data, which is why like he's good. But Byleth doesn't have that privilege, and even Corrin has very good frame data. Like it matches. It's basically 1-to-1 with Marcina's in some of her moves. But like I said, Byleth, her fastest move is like I don't know, her jab. It's like what? It's the exact same as Corrin. So it's the fact
it's actually
that
the exact same as Inklings. It's just taller.
Yeah. So in general, her frame data, like even if it hits, it's super unsafe. Despite her range. Like it's very negative on shield even. Sure, she can break him, but like how many people are actually gonna go with shield breaks without the other opponent realizing, oh yeah, they're gonna shield break me, time to like roll, spot dodge, or parry.
Yeah. Just parry these moves. They're not that hard to parry.
Especially because most of them are just one hit moves, not multi-hits.
Yeah, they're one hit, not long lasting, but like long startup.
Yeah, it's very reactable. I mean, sure, I think she's going to be very reliant on frame trapping. So it's going to be like an Ike situation. Very great at the start, but then she'll slowly fall off in popularity, and she'll probably stay the same in the tier list for most people.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same. A lot of characters have had that before, especially with Ike in Ultimate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I feel about her gameplay-wise. But overall, I feel like the Fighters Pass was... I feel like a lot of people don't like it, mostly because they never got what they wanted. But to me, I've never really cared about the characters. I more so care about the mechanics, physics, and all that stuff in Ultimate. Like, you know, if you find like some new tech or movement option in Ultimate, I'm basically guaranteed to at least practice it out and lab it out for like a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find those more interesting than new characters because I'm not gonna main any of them. Yeah, like Corrin's the only one for me. Like I tried better characters like Lucina, but I play worse with them. But yeah, that's just how I feel.
Yeah, personally for me, I think the past had a bunch of pretty good characters. They're all really requested. A lot of people were like speculating them.
Yeah,
it was overall a really good pass. It's just the only one I liked was Terry, and
yeah, I mean even Byleth had a lot of people wanting her anyhow.
Yeah, like I said, most people I knew wanted Byleth in the game.
Yeah, it seems like Twitter doesn't like her though, mostly because it's Fire Emblem. I never understood the Fire Emblem hate, mostly because I honestly feel like they deserve their spot, but I will say that some of the characters could have been, they don't necessarily 100% deserve it, especially most of the Awakening cast.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Lucina... I'm fine with Lucina in a way because she started as a costume, but they had extra time so they could like take away the tipper. But in Ultimate, if they weren't bringing back everyone, she would 100% have been cut. And
Yeah.
then Roy probably would have been cut as well. Crom would have probably been his own character. Maybe an echo of Ike. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I felt like if they just removed Lucina and Roy, or Crom, because, you know, I feel like a lot of the Fire Emblem hate would just kind of slowly dissipate. As for Marth, Ike, Robin, and Corrin, and Byleth now, those are all unique characters. They have their own different playstyle.
Yeah.
They're
the only characters in Fire Emblem that I think absolutely have to stay from now on is Robin, Byleth, and Marth. Like, those three absolutely have to stay from now on.
Yeah, Corrin obviously won't be getting to the next Smash game.
Unfortunately for you.
Yeah, it's
Meanwhile, I've got Little Mac to always fall back on. Like, I don't think he's gonna cut ever.
Yeah, that's my issue with, like, you know, the fact that I made Corrin is because, like, her game is so hated on the internet right now. Like, it's been that way for years now, and it's never gonna stop. Even though Fates is, like, a really good game, it's just that people just go ham on the story. It's like, oh my gosh, the story's so bad, and then it's like, but I play Fire Emblem for gameplay, not story. I don't care. It's the same story anyway. Like, evil dragon making war happen. You're a royal. Go stop him.
Yeah.
It's just that. What's there? What's more is there? Like, I don't care if it's bad. It just needs to have good gameplay.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I won't be getting to that because I feel like that could be its own separate video.
Yeah, we should probably get back to the past a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think I've explained my end yet.
Yeah, like I said, all the characters I think were great additions. I only really related to Terry, but the more characters the better, because as a Mac main, I play very defensive, so I don't have to learn matchups all too well. It's mostly fundies. So it makes more people focus on other matchups so that they forget Mac's matchup a little, so it makes it a little easier for me.
Yeah.
The more characters the better, so if we can get to like 1,000, I'd be fine.
Yeah. For me, I feel like every character deserved their spot, especially because of Sakurai's love for a lot of these games. I mean, like, even though Nintendo made every single decision, I'm pretty sure Sakurai at least enjoyed a lot of these characters.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that Nintendo chose. I think Sakurai actually probably chose these characters.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just put in Nintendo choosing him, just as a PR move. Because
just to get people off of his back. Unfortunately, after Byleth, that didn't exactly work 100%.
Yeah.
But it was better than before.
We could probably discuss that in another video, obviously, in like more of a retrospect type of deal. But yeah, how I felt again. I felt like every character deserved their spot, even Byleth, especially because they got 2 categories, Game of the Year. It's obviously a marketing thing, and the games have sold very well, at least for a Fire Emblem game. And in my opinion, it's the best Switch game of last year. But yeah, I guess that's basically it. Thank you for joining with me, Rob.
Yeah, it was fun to be back. Maybe we could do another one.
Yeah, we should do more of these because...
I mean, they did pretty well for us.
Yeah, I mean... yeah, alright then. Well, anyways, guys, once again, that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this over-hour-long discussion. Yeah, and we'll see you guys sometime soon. Bye, Pia!